Welcome in, second cousins. It's not great to see you right now. I mean, I love you, but the Magic fall 103-86, and man, tough loss. It was a good half of basketball for us Magic fans, but not so much in the second half. Happy to be joined here by my boy Jay. Paulo had the offense going. He goes for 36, 11, and 4. But that was pretty much it. Franz added 23, and there just wasn't any other answer. It definitely felt forced to me at times with Paulo because there was nobody else that was really cooking at all, Jay. Seemed like he did the best that he could, and it just wasn't enough to overcome the relentless bombardment from the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, man. It's good to see you.
Good
right?
to see you too, homie.
Good to see everybody else, even though I actually don't see you. You see me. Listen, man, obviously a little frustrated. The big thing for me is the big takeaway with the literally the last thing that you said was how we got bombarded at the end of the game by the Boston Celtics. If you listen, as a Magic fan, if you look at their key players' scores, the fact that they hit us where it hurts as much as they did discourages you a lot because these players didn't even have their best games. You know what I'm saying? Jason Tatum went for like 16. Jaylen Brown went for like 17. They had a very, very rough games. And the fact that our best players had potentially, if we look, obviously Franz has had those like streaky games where he gets like 30 points or whatever, but realistically speaking,
23
if you're a betting
to 25
man,
points
like myself,
Franz.
he's getting 23 to 25. That's his usual. Paulo has been getting 30, 25 to 30. So the factor that we know that their top players, even we know Peyton Pritchard could be streaky, all that stuff. Listen, man, I'm hurting, man. I'm what you call, I'm in man pain right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I'm sorry,
I got
buddy.
blue balls. Kyle.
I hope this is figurative. I hope you don't actually right now. I hope there wasn't something with the lady and I need
Well, listen, when you're Magic fans like we are, we allow it to affect us that bad. And the problem is that they got me excited, right? They got me excited.
And now they got you backed up.
And now they got me, I'm just
that first half was tantalizing.
I'm just ready to rage. Listen, man, that first half was beautiful. They really, really like. I think this game doesn't hurt as much, and I mean, other people can leave comments. They can let us know. I don't think this game hurts as much if we didn't play as good as we did in the first half and just kind of dropped it off at the end.
Yeah.
If we got destroyed from the beginning, it is the Boston Celtics. A lot of fans, the consensus around the playing games when I was at the Kia Center and everything, we just want these lessons. We want that experience for our guys and whatnot. But you can't help to expect that when your guys play as good as they did in that first half, gives you hope, right?
Yeah. Now there's a lot of ladies in the Magic community that need to do some acts of service tonight to release the pent-up rage in many fans today. But you're absolutely right, man. It was I don't think anyone, Magic fans, I don't think any of us were so delusional that we thought, we think maybe we had a chance to win the game, but we didn't expect to win the game. But
Correct.
when I put some bets and I saw that the Magic were 13.5-point underdogs, I was like, yeah, all right, I'll take 13.5 points. I was just hoping for a competitive game, and it was that for the first half. I noticed, we held them to 16 three-pointers in the first half, and I'm like, okay, for a team that normally averages closer to 50 three-point attempts per game, if we can hold them to 30 to 35, that would be a big victory. We ended up doing that, but it just wasn't enough because we had that disastrous third quarter. We lose it 18 to 30.
What did you say?
Disastrous? Oh, I know. Third quarter. Every time I'm thinking of you, Jay. I'm writing down my notes. Third quarter, disastrous third. What's Jay going to say? This has been something that you have been talking about all year.
the Magic make this quite easy for me to do these recaps because I feel like I say the same exact thing every other game.
Yeah.
We continue to have these disastrous third quarters. And then guess what? One of the recent things that I have been bringing up and I feel like is it this proves that what is it? The proof is in the pudding, man.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, right? Paulo and Franz
Hmm.
are going to get theirs.
Yeah.
We are not going to win these games if we don't have two other guys
Right.
to have good games.
No, you're absolutely right. And this is what I was thinking along those lines, kind of to bring that point whole too, is like you look at the top players in this series. And if you want to say top scorers, that is privy to this argument. But you have Jason Tatum and Paulo, like those are the A alpha dogs, right? Probably got to give Jason Tatum his nod. But Paulo put down 36 tonight. Franz and Jaylen Brown, like you can put those guys in any order that you want at saying best player, best scores in this series. And then after that, there's this complete drop off. Like you go through 4 or 5 other Celtics before you get to one of our guys. I was writing them down. What do I have here? I mean, Derek White went for 30 tonight. So he's better. I mean, he's a two-way player too. He's nasty, right? Pritchard dropped like 13 points in 7 minutes when he came in. He's going to be 6th man of the year, like hard-nosed player. Kristaps Porzingis blocking things, getting easy buckets. He can extend the floor, shoot threes. Drew Holiday has been a defensive all-team guy, 1 chips. And then maybe you go to Anthony Black. Maybe. Like it's tough to it's exposing that
Tough
yes,
is the word, man.
we
Yeah.
have some depth on this team and we like our players, right? But in a series where that depth gets taken away and in a playoff series where you better believe the Celtics are game planning for Paulo. He's going to have to work extra hard if he wants to get 36 again. So it's going to have to be someone else. And okay, Franz, maybe you can step that up to like 28 points. You can get a 30 burger one of these games. But then who else? To your point, Jay. And it just drops off for us and the Celtics can keep subbing in and out guys that can give you 25 to 30 on a nightly basis if you don't defend them. And
Yeah.
I think we had some lackluster defense at times. I do want to call out Paulo on defense. He had an extremely good game on offense, but there was a time on a Jason putback dunk off an offensive rebound that he got. That was
I think-
Paulo's man. He should have had him boxed out. And then he threw
yeah.
one more. He forced into Jonathan Isaac, turned the ball over. He didn't need to do that. Was lazy getting back, and the guy that he should have been on, Jaylen Brown, got an easy finish at the basket. So he's got to step up as a leader. We all got to play better defense because there was just too many open threes for Derek White.
Oh, 100%.
And they'll cook us, man. They'll cook us on that. We help defense, yes, when a guy gets all the way to the paint, if you want to help. But we can't overhelp because then our defense is in disarray and they're getting open shots. I talked about that a lot in the preview for this series that I did with Luke from Orlando Magic HQ. So go check that out if you haven't already.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is I understand and I think your point is valid, but when it comes to third opponent in these basketball games, right? And by third opponents, I mean the zebra stripes. Listen, man.
He's going there.
Before I even start this rant, all I'm gonna say is if our guys are doing like dirty things and whatnot, at myself, right? I'm not gonna speak for everybody, but myself as a basketball fan in general, I'm gonna be like, yo, like that's not necessary. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like so much of a Magic fan that I'm gonna negate like when things shouldn't be done. When things happen that shouldn't be that shouldn't be done. Personally, I think some of those plays it was gonna be hard for Paolo to guard Jason Tatum because Jason Tatum just gets all these calls, and we definitely don't need Paolo to get.
We don't need. There could be some Celtics fans watching. They're gonna think we're just crybabies. We didn't get the whistles.
I mean. Listen, I'm crying right now, man.
I know. It's tough.
It's a thing, man. It's a thing.
I don't think so, man.
It definitely dictates the difference of the game. Listen, I looked at the free throws.
Yeah.
And,
what are they
we
at?
went 8 for 11 on the free throws.
Yeah.
The Celtics got 13 for 18. So,
That's
they
that's
were
a
the
little
they
out of character because we do get to the line better than most teams in the league. So you would think we would have the advantage there, but I didn't think it was egregious one way or the other. I did think when they had that Horford block, when they just whacked Paulo in the arm twice before actually blocking the shot. But there were
yeah, but
other
then they go and
ones.
call a flagrant on KCP.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know. That just seems like playoff basketball, right? So if we're gonna call it a little bit tougher, refs, let's do that. And I think
that's all.
that
That's the only the point that I'm making. You know what
and
I'm saying? Like,
and so yeah, if you're Jamal Mosley, you need to be Jamal Mosley, and Jamal Mosley needs to be in these refs' ears, like, hey, what the fuck? This is, you guys aren't calling it on both sides, type of thing. This is playoff basketball. Because I think if the Zebras hold their whistle, I know, does that benefit us? We are a physical team, but we like to get to the line. So if we're not getting those opportunities and Paulo's going in there flailing, not getting his shots, not getting to the charity stripe, I don't know if it helps us. But for me, what was way bigger than the officials was the turnovers. Like,
15.
yeah, and going back to that third quarter, we lose that 18-30. We had 10 turnovers in that freaking quarter alone. And if you look, we have 15 for the game, like you said,
That's
Jay.
crazy. Yeah.
24 points that led to. It wasn't just dead ball turnovers, it was live ball stuff. Guys making errant passes. I already mentioned Paulo trying to force it down to J.I. There was a breakaway where Franz dished it back to Wendell and he fumbled the ball. Like, I come from a long lineage of Masons, and Wendell Carter got some bricks for hands, man. Come on, Wendell. He's fumbling the ball all over the place, man. I know he brings a lot in terms of switchability on the defensive side, but, man, we need somebody to step up and have any type of offensive game to add to this. Who can do that and who will? It'll be interesting to see in this series who that person is.
I'll tell you who won't be.
Who's that now?
Gary Harris.
Oh, yeah, he closed the game tonight. Closed the game. I think
man,
Jamal
he's getting
Mosley
minutes,
wanted
and
more
I don't
defense.
understand why, but it is
Yeah.
what it is. 5 to 13 steals. They got 13 steals on us, man. Like, Jalen Suggs, where you at, man? You gave me hope too. They showed us.
Oh, man.
They showed a video of him like practicing some shots. I was like, yo, what if
Yeah.
he just magically appears for this series?
Oh, man. I like watching Derek White cook so much tonight. I was thinking to myself, can Jalen Suggs be Derek White? Does he have that potential in him? I think he does. I think he can become that, and he's already there on the defensive level as a second-team all-defender already.
Facts.
So can he add what Derek White has added? You know, I don't know how many years he's been in. He's close to a decade, I think, of experience.
Yeah,
in
he's
Derek
been
White.
like 8 to 10 years.
Yeah, so he's built his game. He wasn't always this way when he was with the Spurs. He's really grown and developed his game through hard work. And can Jalen Suggs become that guy? It was tough to see the other two guys that would be somewhere in that depth chart, and Jalen and Moritz might be able to mix in with the Pritchards and the Holidays and the Whites in terms of if you're ranking best players in the series, right, and their contribution to the team. And we just don't have those guys right now. So, it's going to be tough. There was I don't know if you saw this moment, but in the huddle, Jaylen Brown talking, I think it was right before the third quarter, and he's like, "This is
I sure did.
Break
he's
their
like,
spirit.
yo, these guys are
break their spirit." He's break their spirit. That was their best punch. We got them. Let's break their spirit, and that's what the fuck they did. So Jaylen Brown's a dog, and it was sad to see as a Magic fan, because when they saw that soundbite, they play that soundbite. I kind of challenged the gentleman too. I was like, "All right, guys, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna break in this moment? When you get down 10, you get down 13. Are you gonna fight? I didn't expect them to win the game, but I would have loved to see us lose by less than 10. I would have liked to see something that was a closer game of basketball in that second half, and it just wasn't really competitive.
We could be the Grizzlies.
That's true. That's true. I didn't watch that game.
That's all I'm going to say on that, though. We could be the Grizzlies.
What was
Listen,
that final score, man?
It was 131-80 final score.
Oh, damn.
I put on the game at it was like third quarter, and quite literally in the third quarter, man, after the second half, they had it was 26 to 73.
That's bananas. Yeah, and this is not uncharted territory for us, Jay. We did get spanked by the Cavs in last year's first round, both those home games did not go great for us. So
Yep.
what is going to be the response from this team? That's what I'm really looking for in this next game. Are they going to bounce back? Are they going to show a little bit more fight? Who's going to step up? Those are some of the questions I have. Let us know the questions that you're wondering about this series and this game in the comments, Second Cousins. Jay, anything else that you need to get off your chest before we bid adieu to those beautiful people
I'm
out there?
okay. I'm again. This is a series that ultimately the end goal I feel like is progress. As long as we get progress out of this, we get we learn a few lessons.
Yeah.
And just don't get dog walked. I think like we'll be okay. Expecting to make it out of this, but we need to give them that fight, right? We need to let them know who we are. Franz as our 1A, he needs to. The fact that he got 23 points tonight, like, doesn't truthfully mean anything. Unfortunately, that's just how it works, man. Life is not fair. The fact that he got 15 in the first half and then 8 in the entire second half, it's tough, man. Like, Paulo can't do it alone, and you know what I'm saying? So
need more.
we just got to look back at things, do it by committee, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
and
yeah.
I think what I'm hoping for is to see the team play a little bit more tenaciously. I think in this game, our youth definitely showed in that our players weren't decisive. We kind of didn't make the pass when it was open and then gave the Celtics a chance to get back in the play. And when a veteran team gets back in the play, they forced a lot of turnovers because our guys didn't make the right decision when it was available. They hesitated, and then it was gone.
And these guys
and
will
these
pick
moments,
this stuff through.
Yeah, exactly. So these are the moments, the playoffs, when those types of things happen. The room for error is infinitesimal, and our guys just weren't there in the mindset sense to make the right play when it was available and do it quickly. And hopefully they can grow. This is what these opportunities are for young teams.
That's what we want.
Yeah. We got to take our slugs. We're going up against the defending champs, what everyone has chosen as the team to win it. Obviously a very deep team. Can we mature in the 2 days off and grow here? And that's what we're hoping to see. Hope you're looking for something out there, Second Cousins. Let us know what we missed or what your big takeaways were in the comments. And until next time, Jay, thanks again for coming. Peace out, everybody.